Hello, everyone. We are back, and we are going to New York tomorrow and then India tomorrow. I will be speaking at the Future of Sports event. I have a meetup beforehand, so you can meet me in Times Square at the Microsoft building or store there in Times Square. I'll do the meetup, I think, at like 4, speaking at 5, somewhere in there. So come on, if you're in New York, reach out to me. Looking for some community text questions. So you go ahead and text me some questions that you have, and I'll give you a call. My text number is 949-298-2905, 949-298-2905. How's everybody doing out there? Whoa, Mike Tannenbaum, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. The great Tulane graduate. Anyway, go ahead. Let me know a few questions. Once again, 949-298-2905. Love to answer some. Hey, Jake, how are you? Welcome, everybody. Always glad to jump on board. Let's see if somebody wants to go live with me real quick. I don't know who this is. Join me at community. We'll get some questions going. 949-298-2905. I'll be in New York tomorrow. Meet up and speaking at Microsoft. Come meet me in Times Square. We'll get warmed up with a little question here, maybe if we have somebody join me. Thank you, Sky. I appreciate it. Taylor, I appreciate it. Everybody, yes, I'm local in Irvine right now. It's dark. Who's joining me? Chase, how are you? Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. You have a
Hello.
question for me?
What are you saying?
You have a question for me, my friend?
No, I don't have any question. I just want to appreciate you are doing such an amazing job.
Oh, you're too kind, man. I should call everybody for a compliment.
I
That's
love you. Thank you.
really nice. You can't think of anything I can help you with?
No, I don't have anything.
All right, well, you tell everybody to come join me. Have you joined my community, my text community at 949-298-2905? I got a question here I'm going to answer. What do you do when you're feeling completely overwhelmed? All right. Anybody out there feeling overwhelmed? This is when we have to stop, drop, and roll. So what happens is when you're overwhelmed, you are in the anxiety zone. When you're in the anxiety zone, what that does is compresses your learning zone and even compresses your comfort zone. Those are 3 concentric circles: the comfort zone, outside that, a learning zone, outside that, the anxiety zone. So what you want to do is get yourself back into a learning zone, into a learning phase. And so the biggest question that you ask when you're feeling overwhelmed is the question of why. When we ask ourselves why, we immediately stop in a different direction. We stop the acceleration of the ego, fear, anxiety, frustration, all these different feelings of the ego that make us feel as if we're overwhelmed. When we ask ourselves why we overwhelmed, we then can pragmatically address each issue of why we feel overwhelmed. And by finding the light, the love, the lesson in why and what we feel overwhelmed with, we're able to quickly counteract that feeling and put ourselves back into the learning zone. Think about it. Why do we call it the learning zone? And how do we get into that zone? Well, the best way is when we ask the question why, we now are learning, right? We're learning why. So ask yourself that question, put yourself back into the learning zone, and you quickly will get and feel much more in control and at peace and get rid of that frustration, anxiety, fear, etc., caused by that ego-based emotion that is creating the interference to what you're already connected to. Anyways, trying to get some more questions on community. So if you guys want to text me at 949-298-2905, love to have a question and give you a call. Let's see here. Go ahead. We'll see a few more questions on this one. I'm inconsistent and procrastinate towards important stuff in life. I am indecisive as well. How can I make, I'm sure it says a difference, which is fine. So a lot of people have this problem. They're inconsistent. They procrastinate. Especially with the important things in life, and they're indecisive. So here's how we take care of that. One, you got to know your values each day. So think about your own personal values, experiential values, giving values, and receiving values, and then execute by being a student of your calendar and doing things now. If you know your values, you won't be indecisive. If you're a student of your calendar, you'll be productive, accessible, and gracious with your time. And if you do things now, the best part about doing things now is 100% of the time, things get done. So always ask yourself, can I do it now? And if so, do it. That's how we get rid of inconsistent procrastinating behavior and indecision. So that's a really good question. We almost ready for someone. Anyone text any questions at 298-2905. Coming to Mexico soon. I was just in Mexico City last year with Junior Achievement. Do you have any tips or ideas on staying consistent, whether it's dieting or gym? Yes, I do. Number one, lower the bar, right? So if you're looking to diet or work out or whatever it is, give yourself something to do every day by the amount of time. So minimum of 2 minutes a day, I'm going to do this. Start the consistent behavior first before you worry about the activity in which you're trying to actually achieve. And so for me, I lower the bar. I give myself a minimum of 2 minutes a day that I'm going to do this in a diet, or a minimum of 2 minutes a day, but you need to do it every day. Because sooner or later, depending on what your genetic makeup is, what your DNA is, what your ancestral inheritance is of that DNA, or what I call your quantum memory, whatever it may be, is determinative of how many days it's going to take you until you become consistent at it, before it becomes a discipline of yours, before it informs a neural pathway within your subconscious in order to effectuate that habit. Dieting and working out are two of the habits that most people try to effectuate, and they make the mistake of getting too aggressive in what they're trying to do every day instead of lowering the bar by time, just spending a minimum of 2 minutes a day. For me, I'm already in my health up to a minimum of an hour a day. I spend a minimum of 30 days with my wife. I spend a minimum of 30 minutes, with my 9-year-old. 2 minutes a day is what my teenage daughters get, all three of them. I wanted 5, they gave me 2. And I always spend a minimum of 1 minute a day with my mom to make sure she knows 4 things. 1, I'm happy. 2, I'm healthy. 3, I appreciate her. And 4, I love her. Just a little quick pieces of advice. Let's try to answer another question while we're waiting. Don't forget, join my text community with a question. I'll give you a call. 949-298-2905.
Tell them to send a phone number.
You're sending questions without a phone number. I see the problem.
Yeah.
My bad. All right. Hey, if you send me a question, go ahead and send me your phone number so I can call you and we can go live on LinkedIn Live and Instagram Live with that actual phone call. Here, next question while we wait for those phone numbers to come in. What do you think is the next big platform? I'll tell you what, I don't care. It shouldn't matter. What you should be focusing in on is quality content and consistency. If you're producing quality content consistently, you can just react to the platforms that come out. So you can distribute all the way through to TikTok. The frequency, the strength of your signal, the spectrum of your signal, and the clarity of your message. Quality content consistently. Don't worry about the platform. It doesn't matter. If you have quality content consistently, you can put it on any platform that doesn't even exist yet. So put your focus where you need it to be in the productivity, accessibility, and gratitude that you have. Be of service and of value. Ask people for help to be of service and value using those platforms. I think we might get a phone number here. We got one. Here we go. We're making our first call. I'm going to go ahead. Thank you, everyone. Send me your phone numbers at my text number, 949-298-2905. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do more of these. I'll see you in New York tomorrow. Go ahead, reach out. We'll give you the exact address. How you doing? Santana.